Next to a story we have reported on before, the detention of up to 1 million Uyghurs and other Muslim ethnicities in so-called re-education camps in China. Set up in the northwest of the country in Xinjiang province, a UN panel has called them internment camps. Former inmates have alleged being tortured in them. But the boss of one of the world's most well-known car companies, Volkswagen, doesn't even know they exist. This, despite running a plant in Xinjiang that employs hundreds. Listen to what Volkswagen boss Herbert Diess said to BBC correspondent Robin Brandt ahead of the start of the Shanghai Auto Show.
And are you proud to be associated with what China is doing in that part of the world?
No, but we are proud
You're
to
not
create...
proud to be associated with it?
We are absolutely proud to also create workplaces in that region, which we think is very useful.
But Xinjiang is something you're not proud to be associated with in terms of what the Chinese government is doing to Uyghur people in that part of the country.
I can't judge that, sorry.
You can't judge it?
No.
But you know about it?
I don't know what you're referring to.
You don't know about China's re-education camps for 1 million Uyghur people. That is, it has referred to as re-education camps as part of its counter-terror threat in the west of this country. You don't know about that?
I'm not aware of that. No.
I'm not aware of that? No. That's what Mr. Diess said. You also have to understand that besides making the cars many of you drive, Volkswagen is also one of Germany's most important companies. It employs more than a third of the 775,000 people working here in the auto industry and is also one of the biggest sellers of automobiles in the world. So what are Volkswagen's plans for China? This is what Mr. Diess said to our correspondent in Shanghai.
China will be the automotive powerhouse of the future. Electric cars, fully connected cars, all the technology enterprises working very closely together. Here we are a very important part. We have 18% market share in the group, 14 alone Volkswagen. So we're a strong pillar of this automotive industry.
But is it a pillar of human rights? Let's bring in Dolkun Issa. He's president of the World Uyghur Congress. He joins us now from Paris. Mr. Issa, very good to have you with us on the show. What is your initial reaction to the comments from Mr. Diess?
Well, as Mr. Diess' statement is a very shameful and irresponsible statement. Actually, Volkswagen must know the crime against humanity being committed outside the wall of the car plant. Today, more than 2 million, possibly 3 million Uyghurs, innocent Uyghurs people, Kazakh people, and suffering in 21st century concentration camp. There's a World United Nations, United States, European Parliament passed urgent resolution on this issue and asked the Chinese government close down this camp. And the Volkswagen's leader saying and it's really shameful, really irresponsible statement.
But do you think it is not possible that Mr. Diess is not aware of what's happening in Xinjiang?
Well, Volkswagen should know this because as an international business company like Volkswagen has responsibility to pay attention to the gross human rights violation and should not operate silent in this environment. Silent is complicity. So, and if he knows, we know in the Volkswagen operates a car in the capital of Uzbekistan, in Urumqi. And Volkswagen in the beginning, 2013, beginning to operate, they promised us equality and the employer between Uyghurs and the Chinese. And we believe some Uyghurs employer in this car company. But I can ask today, how many Uyghurs employer from the Volkswagen know in the concentration camp? The Volkswagen knows that? It is the one big question today.
Right, and it's a question that will be asked in the near future. Dolkun Issa, president of the World Uyghur Congress, thank you very much for your comments on this story.
I thank you.
And we reached out to Volkswagen to clarify its stance. In an email to DW News, a spokesperson said the company was committed to respecting human rights. The email said that the company was continuously striving to set a good example in the region and that by creating new employment opportunities for all ethnic groups in Xinjiang, it is enhancing the social environment for all people. But what do you think about all this? Tell us on our YouTube page, DW News, or on Facebook. And many more such stories at dw.com/Asia as well.